Alright, let's do a video on EZDrummer 3. And the big question will be, can all of my drum kits from EZDrummer 2 be transferred to EZDrummer 3? Yes. Also, on EZDrummer 3, you are not forced to install it in the C drive. You can install it anywhere you want. Like right now, I have mine running out of my external hard drive. And I want to show you something neat because obviously these drum kits can get up to like 25 gigabytes, 35. And this would work with Superior Drummer as well. But here's some software. It's called Link. You can download it. It's free. You also have files called Syslink. If you Google it, it will show you how to make a Syslink file. What that is it basically is a shortcut that tricks the software into thinking that it's not a shortcut. So I can take all of my drum kits, leave them on an external hard drive, but I can put a shortcut folder where they're supposed to be in the My Documents folder or the C common files, blah, blah, blah. And even though they're not actually there, the software thinks that all of my drum kits are stored there. And I don't know, there's just not a lot of videos about this, and it's pretty important because usually if you don't have a supercomputer, you got anywhere from 256 gigabytes to 500 gigabyte SSD running on your C drive. Well, you don't want to use all of that up for EZDrummer drum kits, or let's say Easy Bass add-on kits, or Easy Keys, all of the add-on kits. How about plugins for your audio software, all your VSTs and VST3s? It would be much nicer to have them stored somewhere else, but yet still work the proper way. So, I can show you that this right here is what your main folder is going to look like. This is EZDrummer 3. When this first installed, all that was in here was these EZDrummer 3 files: Bright Room, Main Room, Tight Room, Percussion. That was it. Inside of there, you also have your MIDI folder. Another new thing with EZDrummer 3 is that you can choose where your MIDI folder is. Everything, it just gives you a lot better opportunity to sort them without them getting in each other's way, having the numbers not match up, and then it gives you an error saying something's wrong with your midis. Basically, this folder right here is the main MIDI folder that comes with the software. Inside of here, you'll see all these different options. That's quite a bit, but we all add the extra MIDI files. And if you go up here, this is where I put a folder called Extra Midi Packs. Go in here, and there's just endless packages of midis. And I know for some reason when you get these, a lot of them, they're like dead, they don't work. I get rid of those, but it can be a real pain trying to move your EZDrummer 2 kit. So I want to show you this. This is the main folder, EZDrummer 3. What you do is you make sure to drag your EZDrummer 2 folder right here. This is an EZDrummer 2 kit. This is also an EZDrummer 2 kit right here. You can see what's loaded inside of it. Now you have to have the most up-to-date one, I'm pretty sure, because you know they updated the kits over and over. This is an EZDrummer 2, the dance one. But you'll notice this one has a shortcut arrow on it, because both of these two folders, these drum kits, the alt rock and the dance, are actually shortcuts. They're called a Syslink. And if you look up a Syslink, you'll get all the information. You can do this yourself. You can do it right through DOS, but they have software that makes it much easier. And basically, if I double click on this, inside of here is the drum kit. And I'll show you when I open up EZDrummer that it works just fine. Drag this over here. So here we are. I click on the drums. you can see I have the alt rock and the dance, both of these, which were shortcut files. I click on it. It would be funny if it all of a sudden aired. And it opens up. I've got WinRAR running in the back, so it took quite a long time. They work. Every piece of them work. You go into the grooves. Over here to your left, you have the ones that came with EZDrummer 3. They're all in here. Then you have the user midis, and then you can have linked folders. So these are my extra Midi Packs, the ones I showed you that I put in there, which they all work. All you have to do is go to the options, user Midi and link folders, and hit add linked folder. Once you do that, it's just going to ask you where is the folder with all of your Midi files. Because what would be nice is if all of these were coded the same way as the EZDrummer 3 ones, so that you can go up here and it gives you all these options. Like if I click on EZDrummer 3, you notice all these options open up. Disco, electronic, I can mess around till I find the style I want. But if I go to my Midi Packs, because these are not written in the same code, I can listen to all the files, but they're not going to be organized the same way. Here's a perfect example of one of those folders I was talking about. When you go to it, it says rock right here. Oh, well, that's because I don't have this X'd out. But as you'll notice up here, my only option is any. They're not separated by genre. They're not separated by type or play style. At least they do have the tempo in it. It tells you how many bars there are and a signature. That's great. But let's get back to this shortcut. So say I want all my drum kits from EZDrummer 2. I want them to be able to show up. I don't want any errors. What we need to do, open up this software right here. It's called Wimbolic Link. There's like 5 other ones. They're all free. It's asking you right here, create the link in folder. So I want the link to go where all the drum kits are supposed to go. Wherever my EZDrummer is, they need to go right there. You can see the 2 red ones I already created. Go over here. It says the link points to, so that's where the actual files are of the drum kit. So I go to the drum kit, and if all your EZDrummer 2 kits are already stored in one folder all together, all nice or whatnot, this is too easy. You can just go through them. Click on the drum kit you want. Now make sure you're at the folder. Let me show you what I mean. Make sure when you click on the folder, you click on it right here. Like, say I'm going into EZDrummer, and I click on this folder. This should be the files that I see as soon as I click on this folder. Don't make the mistake of like, watch this. Watch me click on this folder, which is, it says exactly the same, but when I click on it, it brings up 2 more folders with the exact same name. Then I gotta click on it again to get to here. When you make this link, you have to click on this one right here. You can't click on the one before it right here, because when it goes to open it and it doesn't see the files that it wants to see, it's not gonna work right. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. You gotta make sure to click this and then click this one, because this is the folder that's gonna open up the file that it must see to work properly. But yeah, that's it. And then you click your drum kit over here on the right side. This is where your real files are. And then you click over here and tell it where you want to put this folder, this shortcut. But it's a system link folder. So EZDrummer 3 thinks it's a real folder. And then it asks you here, what do you want to name the link? I named it exactly the same as the folder to keep it all even, because I'm not sure if that messes it up or not, depending on if you change the name. But then when you do that, if you click create shell link, it does not work. It will make a link, but it doesn't work. You have to click create NTFS junction. And once you click that, you're going to have a folder right here, and it's going to be the color red to let you know that it's a Syslink folder. It's not an actual folder. And that's it. And you can do that with many pieces of software, many files, many folders. I mean, if you know, like Adobe Photoshop used to never let me install on the C drive. I mean, on any other drive but the C drive. Now, after you install your software, all you have to do is take that whole folder, make sure you remember the exact name of it and where it goes, cut it, paste it in an external hard drive or a secondary hard drive, and then make a system link folder back to where it originally was. And now it won't be taking up all that hard drive space on your C drive, but it'll still work perfectly fine. Hopefully that helps people, because anyone who's ever used EZDrummer knows what a pain and a nightmare it can be trying to get all of your MIDI files in order to where they work properly. You don't have a bunch of missing links, that your drum kits work. And yep, hopefully that helps.